Hello, everybody. This is Mo's World with spooky, scary stories. So I thought I'd come back today with a spooky story. Kind of. Well, it's kind of spooky, but for me, it's spooky. So I used to live. I'm gonna get right into it. I used to live in Florida. Okay, I lived in Miami, and one weekend I just decided, you know what, I'm gonna ride because I was frustrated with something. I can't even remember what I was frustrated with, but I was like, you know what, I'm gonna ride to Key West. Period. I'm going down to Key West. So I went down to Key West and just by myself, randomly, whatever. Now the vibe of the city itself is it gives you a New Orleans type of vibe. It's kind of, yeah, it's a little bit spooky. Okay, I'm not even gonna lie. The whole town, just, yeah. Unless you're on Bourbon, not Bourbon Street. What is it called? Duval, because it's like Bourbon Street. That's why I said Bourbon, but it's called Duval. You do the Duval crawl, and basically you bar hop all the way down and see how far you can get without basically passing out. I've never done that. I will never do that. That just seems unnecessary to me. Yeah. So, but I did go down there. It was so nice. The people down there are very nice. You can tell it's a real laid back beach town. Just, yeah. And so I go down and I go do, first thing happens, I get upgraded. Like when I get there, they're like, oh, you can get a free upgrade. And, da, 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 da. And I was like, oh, okay, well, thank you. And like it was, the hotel itself was connected to like a marsh type of place, which I thought was kind of odd that it had like little marsh looking places because of how tropical the weather is. You know what I'm saying? It's not swampy. Most marshes and like Spanish moss, it kind of likes that muddy, dewy kind of weather, but nothing. So I ended up doing, I am a museum person. Just what it is. I will do museums all day long. So um, I did the Pirates Museum, I did the Maritime Museum, I did the Ripley's Believe It or Not Museum. I did another museum, I can't even remember the name of it. I did a lot of the museum. I did most of them. So at the Ripley's Believe It or Not Museum, there is a display. So it's shaped like a mausoleum. Now, the story goes that a doctor became obsessed with one of his patients. Okay, his patient, she was around about 20, 21 years old, something like that. She got, she had tuberculosis. Okay, this is at that time, tuberculosis. So she ends up dying. Her family builds her this amazing crypt because she was so young when she died, and it was just kind of a hard loss for them. So, and they recreated this crypt at this museum, at the Ripley's Believe It or Not Museum. And so the doctor, being obsessed with his patient, can't really take the fact that this woman has died. So he goes and get digs up her body, or takes her body from the crypt, and lives with her like that's his wife for, I don't even remember how many years, but it was some years. Okay, he had to keep like wax stuff to keep her, intact. Um, but he did it to, like, he was living with her like his wife in every single way. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so I think her sister found out, and her sister ended up, like, I don't know, breaking into his house or something, and you know, figuring out that this man is taking her sister. And so they ends up going to get her body from him. You know, from him, he gets arrested, he gets tried and convicted and stuff like that. And they have to rebury her, but they reburied her in an unmarked grave so he couldn't go do the same thing. So he can't take it. He leaves Key West distraught and stuff like that, and just, but it was creepy, weird. He was older, but they've recreated this mausoleum type of thing for her and for this story. It's kind of, yeah, it's nasty. Then we go to, then I do a tour. I do the ghost tour. We go around doing the ghost tours and stuff like that. We stop by the Hemingway house. Now, the Hemingway house I went to earlier in the day. I never felt anything, and I'm a little sensitive. So I am sensitive. But I never felt anything weird at the Hemingway house. I just kind of, it was like, I didn't feel anything until I went outside into the courtyard. When I went to the courtyard, that's when I was like, it's a little strange out here. I think I'm gonna go. Yeah, in the courtyard. So I was like, I don't know if that's where he spent most of his time or that's where his residual is. I don't know, but that's where I started to feel a little bit not, yeah, yeah. So that was what that was. So I end up saying, I'm like, all right, this, yep. And so we do this ghost tour. We go around. He actually takes us to the Pirate Museum and said the Pirate Museum is haunted and all this other stuff. I didn't really feel anything when I went in there. It just felt like a pirate's museum, like, kind of, piratey, like a pirate ship or something. If you go to, like, I think if you go to Disneyland, if you go to, there's another place, and I think, I can't remember where it is. I want to say it's in Texas somewhere, where you can actually, like, tour a vintage pirate ship. So, yeah. And then what it kind of felt like to me, it didn't really feel like anything to me. So when we stopped by there, I was like, oh, it's on it too. Oh, okay. But there was one place that I didn't get to go to, and for some reason I never could get to it. So it is a place called the Maritime Museum, not Maritime Museum. It's East Martello Museum in Key West. There's a display there. There's a doll there. His name is Robert the Doll. Okay. Now, the man said that the doll is a demon. There's a demon inside the doll. Okay. I don't know. I didn't go. So, no matter what I tried, I kept trying to get over there. I couldn't make the time to get to that museum. Don't know why. So, I couldn't get over there. And he kept telling me, okay, if you're sensitive, blah, 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 you probably shouldn't go. If you take a picture, you have to ask permission to take a picture of. But I'm like, okay, why would you, like, yeah. So he was telling me how people have taken pictures of this doll and things have just gone wrong ever since. Yeah. So I'm like, you know what? Yeah. But I never could get over there. No matter, because I was like, okay, I'm making time. And then I ended up going on it was like a tour. You go out to the battle place. I can't remember the name of it, but it's a fort. So you got to get on a boat, it's like a ferry, and takes you over to there. By the time we got back, the museum was closed. And so by the time I ended up doing the other museums, the museum was closed. So every time I was only there for 2 days. So I'm like, what is going on? Like, I can't get over there. It was a reason I couldn't get my ass over there, because I probably didn't have no business being over there, okay? So I was like, well, I guess that's it. I'm not going. I won't go. I was like, if you don't want me to go, I ain't going. That's just what it is. I won't go. And I didn't, okay? But I ended up going, like, renting a scooter, okay? I rented a scooter riding around. I think this was Saturday because I left on Sunday. So after we get back, I'm riding around. I ride through Duval Street. I ride around. I go to what is called Little Bahama. And I ride through this neighborhood, and it's supposed to be like an equivalent to the French Quarter. Now, the French Quarter is always vibrant. Matter of fact, the French Quarter is where, matter of fact, the French Quarter is where Bourbon Street is. Okay? So I ended up going there. I was riding around just kind of, just to see what was going on. Not really, you know, there was literally nobody in the street. It was like a ghost town. I'm riding through and I'm like, how's it like literally nobody outside? It felt like a ghost town. I don't know what it was. Something told me to get my ass out of there. And I did. Okay. I was like, what is happening? It was, there was literally nobody in the street. They had boarded up places like signs and stuff. And I'm like, it's supposed to be equivalent to the French Quarter. What is never again? And then I'm riding my scooter. So before I rode around, I did it's called like a duck tour type of thing. And I get on, we ride through, he goes around, he ends up going to Key West Cemetery, which is one of the famous cemeteries like St. Louis number one is in New Orleans. I'm doing equivalents to New Orleans because that is what people have done. They've put like Key West, Savannah, have been like, mirrors of each other, so to speak. Like, whereas you have Geechee culture in Savannah, you have Bahamian culture in Key West, you have Creole in New Orleans. So that was what people have, always done. They've kind of compared. So I'm like, all right. So we go and he shows us this cemetery and he's like, it's one of the most famous cemeteries, has all these stories, blah blah blah. So I'm like, all right. And me, I'm not really, I'm kind of whatever. I ride wherever. So I was like, let me try to find it again. Do you know I rode around that island until it got dark and still never found that cemetery? I went the exact same way he went. Mind you, my eye, once I ride the way, I can find it again. I've always been like that. Once I ride it, if I'm paying attention and I'm riding, I can find it again. I can literally follow the same way. I could not find it. I could not find it. So I'm like, am I tripping? Like, what is going on? It's like a portal. Like, what is going on out here? Bro, I was like, on Sunday morning, I said, let me get my hind up out of here. Like, but overall, I did have a good time. I had a good time there. It was it is a place that I would visit again. I would go with family this time because obviously I went by myself before, so it's like I've seen it. So why would I go by myself again? Yeah, like I've seen it. Why would I go by myself again? So next time I would go with family. So I would go with my family, go with whoever, and then we can go explore um, maybe the other things that I didn't get to see. But a lot of my family members are sensitive as well, and I highly doubt we will go to the East Martello Museum, which is sad, but yeah, I highly doubt we'll go to it. Yeah. But that is the end of my story time, my spooky, scary story. That is the one for today. I do have another one because, mind you, I'm going to New Orleans. New Orleans. I've been to most of Asia. Now that is a whole nother situation. Yeah, a whole nother situation. Okay. And that happened to me because, yeah, I was just in the wrong place at the wrong time, not paying attention to where I was going. Because otherwise, I wouldn't have been there. Y'all already know I wouldn't have been there. I am not one to put myself into those situations. Okay. Not at all. And oh, by the way, when I left Key West, what did I go do when I went home? Yeah, I did a real quick cleanse. Not at all. I did a quick cleanse and got the hell on out of Dodge. Cleanse yourself off. Get yourself together. Don't carry that stuff around with you. Anyway, that's the end of the story today. Please like, comment, share, anything to get the channel going, and I will have more stories for you. There'll be stories that I know and stories that I've heard and stories that people have told me. Yeah, because I have a vault. And the vault, if it happened to somebody else, I do have permission to talk about it. I'm not just gonna put somebody's business in the streets. So I do have permission to talk about it. I'm not gonna just say something and be like, "Oh, sorry, girl." No, that is not me. So I do have permission to talk about it. But all right, guys, that's the end of the story today. Hope you liked it. Don't be afraid to go down to those places. Don't be afraid to go explore and go see. Like I said, just go cleanse afterwards. Because history is history, and it's always exciting to have a new adventure. So, see you next time. Peace.